got this place here, which obviously is a beautiful place, because I could see myself just knocking myself out. From a driving perspective, that's cool. For those of you who don't know me, I am the illustrious husband of YouTube superstar Valeria Lipovetsky. I want to create a channel and I want to create content about things that I'm passionate about. The number one thing that I'm passionate about is being an entrepreneur. And as a result of me being an entrepreneur and being in the entrepreneur community for as long as I have, I started this stuff a long time ago. As a result, I get to interact with a lot of entrepreneurs. I get to meet a lot of entrepreneurs. In this case today, I'm meeting a gentleman by the name of Stuart Wilson, who is the founder and operator of a cool company called GTA Exotics. And GTA Exotics is an exotic car rental company that not only rents cars, but also provides amazing car experiences where he takes people out for hours at a time to experience cars, to drive different cars. I know that on his compound or his mansion, he's got like this huge property outside of Toronto, which we're on our way there now. He's got a Ferrari, a Lambo, a McLaren, he's got a Nissan GTR. He's got a lot of cool cars. So what's really interesting about Stuart is that he's taken his passion of cars and he's actually made a very lucrative business out of it. And I'm a big believer in doing what you love and monetizing it and making it into something meaningful. So that's what we're doing today. Beside me, my boy didn't think I put him on camera. Beside me is my best friend PK, and there's a whole story about me and PK and how this relationship came to be. PK is a partner of mine on another business that we will talk about at a later date. So we're gonna be rolling up to Stuart's place now, and I'm looking forward to introducing you to him, and we'll take it from there, guys. See you. I'm here with Stuart Wilson, who I mentioned in the car with GTA Exotics. Stuart has a very unique story. Stuart was able to take his passion, we chatted a bit before we started filming, and Stuart took his passion for cars and made it into a thriving business. And as you guys know, I love that entrepreneurial story. You gotta be a happy guy doing what you love, being around these vehicles and being like having a successful business, right?
You know what? It's a dream come true. You know, I grew up watching Magnum PI. He was my idol.
That's 358, right?
He had a 328.
328.
And, you know, he had the big house and the helicopters and the girls. And it was just, you know what? It was such a incredible lifestyle, right? And he did what he lived. He was a PI, and I grew up.
Are you a PI too? Or?
I did grow up. I did. I went to school.
You went to school for private investigation?
I did. I was a PI for 7 years, loved it, traveled Canada, had an amazing time. And, you know, here I'm doing 14 hours a day surveillance, and I'm just sitting in the back of a car and I'm thinking, you know, there's got to be more to you know, do your thing, right? And I loved what I did, but I loved cars, right?
Okay.
And back in the day, 2003, there was nothing like that. I mean, you know, I went to the auto show in 2003 in the Toronto International Auto Show. They had a red Viper on the turntable. And back
when it
then,
first came out.
When it first came out, that was the first year it came out, right? And it was like a concept car. And I said, one day I'm gonna have it. I still actually have the picture of it in my photo album. And
did you get it?
I got the car. That's how I started the business.
You started the business with
a Viper.
With a red Viper coupe.
It was actually blue with white stripes.
Okay. You bought that car with the intention of generating revenue from it, or that was just you bought it because you
went out on a limb on this one.
Okay.
So back in the day, it really wasn't internet. So starting a business.
What's back in the day? What year are you talking
2003.
about? 2003.
There was internet.
Yeah.
It just started. It's
sure.
It's just getting there, right?
Okay.
I put an ad in the Toronto Star.
Okay.
Literally put an ad in the Toronto Star.
Newspaper.
In the newspaper.
So for you younger viewers, people used to take ads and put them on paper and circulate them on.
No, you have no idea. Like back in the day, it's a different world. Now you know you create a website, you got yourself a business.
Yeah.
It was work back then.
Okay.
So I bought a 4x4 inch advertisement in the Toronto Star on a Saturday because they had the most readership.
So you spent the money on the car, now you're spending the money on
I
marketing.
hadn't bought the car yet.
You hadn't bought the car yet?
Hadn't bought the car yet.
All right.
So I had the concept of doing, rentals, test drives again. Nobody did this in Canada, right? Like this was just, it was unheard of.
Yeah.
So I literally put a picture of a Viper and a Lamborghini because those were my two dream cars. And I said, would you like to rent it? And Saturday morning, I'm on surveillance in the back of a car, chasing people, and my phone is ringing.
Okay.
And I'm taking people's phone numbers down, and I'm just saying, the car is rented. I just took everybody's phone numbers, and I sat down at the table, and I spoke with my mom, and I said, what do you think, right? And she's like, well, let's try something, right?
All right.
So I sold a house at that point.
Wow.
And
how old were you at this time?
I was 30.
So you were already a grown up,
I was, okay. Yeah, 46 now. Eventually I just bought the car, called all those people, and just started renting it from my house, just as if somebody were to do it now. And it just it snowballed.
That's weren't you scared that you have these orders from the Toronto Star, you have these people who secure the car, you have your rate, I'm sure you did the math on how much the car was going to cost you and then what your return was to make sure you're cash flow positive so you can pay your bills. I get all that, but weren't you concerned that you placed the ad once and then how did you know they were going to continue, that demand would continue to go?
You just don't know. You just don't know.
So
again, I had to put another ad in, a month later, and I started doing that. And like I said, back then there was no internet. There's the Yellow Pages, and if you didn't put your ad in by March 1st, you missed that year of your Yellow Pages and you were really messed up. So doing business back then and today is, it's a different world, right? So we created the website, and again, nobody did what I did. So I dominated for at least 10 years. I had no competition. I basically did what I wanted.
Okay, so you fast forward, you've got this place here, which obviously is a beautiful place. And what's interesting that I'm seeing, you live here, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you've very effectively been able to take, where you live, put this all together as as a driving experience. And just me pulling up, I'm assuming you're getting a lot of repeat business from this, because what happens is when somebody pulls up and they're pulling up here and they see the helicopter, you got a helicopter, you guys didn't see there's a helicopter pad out here. There's a helicopter pad. You got all your cars lined up here. When people come into this,
wow,
it's an experience.
It's
right?
an experience.
It's an experience. So
100%.
you're kind of, you're leveraging the emotional response people have. So when people see that and they have their experience, I'm sure they're calling their buddies saying, "Holy shit! You got to check out DK Exotics." This is your marketing.
Very much planned.
Yeah.
Very much planned. Obviously, this type of business is very capital. You need money, right? It's not easy to do, but you set a plan in motion. You get your ideas, and you just start building and just layering it all. It's tough. That's probably why not too many people are in the game. If I were in Miami or Vegas, it'd be a different story. But
very different. Yeah.
You know what? Even if I didn't make money, I would do what I do. It's all about. We were talking about your passion, and you lay it out on the line, and people see that, right? And as long as you're doing your best and you're improving yourself all the time, obviously you got to make money and do what you got to do. But you know what? That's not everything for me. I have to enjoy what I do. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. I'm not in the office. I'm just having fun.
Listen to when he moves the car. This car, do you know the specs on this car in terms of performance, horsepower, and everything?
3.8 liter twin turbo, rear-wheel drive, 650 horse stock, and again it's been tuned, so it's a little louder, a little stronger. It's definitely one of the favorites when people get to drive them.
When people come to rent this car, do you tell them be careful and don't, because I could see myself just knocking myself out. Okay, all right. There's a lot of buttons. Which one do I use to start the vehicle?
Start button.
Okay, brake in.
Yep. One more time.
That's not usually that loud.
No.
It's a lot tighter inside. You have a lot less space. You can't recline as much. So, right now I'm thinking to myself, like, what's my next car? Stuart, sorry, I don't understand this thing. It says M.
Oh, right paddle towards you.
Like, I gotta say, like, it's a cool looking car, but from a driving perspective, that's cool. This isn't an everyday driver. You can't, even the coupe. It's not an everyday. Do you agree?
I wouldn't drive it every day. No.
Do you know people who
you'd
do?
have to be pretty hardcore to drive it every day.
Thank you for showing me your cars. And look, thanks for talking to me about your entrepreneurial journey. I'm trying to achieve what you've already achieved, meaning you've taken your passion for cars and you've really created a sustainable business, because I've known about you for many years, and like you said, you've been doing it for 16 years. So thank you. I appreciate it.